BJP! Go, go! BJP! Go, go! BJP!
Ki nongialam bat ki khot jongka Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee hne ka janmit jok sngi baar ke lailum Khmat ke iingsah jongulat ke jela harkat ke jingra ai Placard bandawa inokam yau menteri ke sarkar pedeng badai pet ya katrat puli puti udharmenra pradhan kumjuru ke senggala pynrem jur ke jingle donbor ke pulet ke nompa Delhi barra jubor yau nongialam ke liang persha u Rahul Gandhi ya ke MP jongka Kongres Kepriyan ka Gandhi bat ki wei ki MP na ki jinge ki chalo PM House ki bala lej mani ki Khmat ki iingsah jong menteri rangba do kari Narendra Modi habai keren ki nong tho khubor ba Manuel Badwa unongelam ka seng Kongres ulaong ba ki jingle donbor jok sarkar kamlong ka bai hap katkum kariti sanchar jong kari namar kumbala yoi ba ki jinge ki kalong ka ba jai jai bat kumta la yoi ya kejing pen ibor ke pulit ya nongialam ke seng Kongres u Rahul Gandhi bat kumcuru kani kadai kejing betha jong ki bahalor banle ya ki nongialam jong Kongres bat ki wei ki MP ki bami ban yakon persha ya kejing pen senjor ya kapuli puti.
The whole idea is today there were more than 50 MPs who had gone to the residence, to the front of the residence of the Prime Minister, and it's very unconstitutional for the government to show force because the protest was legitimate. We believe that from the Congress perspective, especially our leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, you saw the way he was manhandled by the police at force because the diktat had come from the top. We only demand that there should be some sort of a discussion in the parliament, and it should not be that come what may, at the end of the day the temple of democracy is the parliament. And we believe that the kind of plight in which the students are going through in today's age, whereby there are problems just about everywhere, be it in education, be it in competitive exams, be it in unemployment, be it everywhere. And this kind of plight has to be heard somewhere, right? And who else is supposed to hear it? It's the government at large. It's the Prime Minister. And for them to keep quiet and to neglect the demands of the students, and this is not something which is just a movement here, this is something which is a movement for in the whole country. And we believe so that the Prime Minister and the government at large is just not even bothered. And that is something which is alarming in today's world, and it's something which, at least from a democratic point of view, from a secular point of view, and so on and so forth, we believe that the temple of the constitution lies in the parliament. Why we've come here to the governor's house? Because the governor's house is also that symbolic place in which we can at least voice our, what should I say, our frustrations. And we are here with the students, and we are here with the young generations at large. And we've come here, yes, late in the night, but it is important to show our solidarity with them. We were there yesterday as well when they protested. But then the whole point is to treat the MPs, and there are 50 MPs, yeah? It's not a small number. It's nearly 10% of the entire parliament. And to treat the MPs and to ignore them and to treat them in such a way and not even want to have any discussion in the parliament is something which is not acceptable to us. And therefore, we believe that at least from the Congress perspective in Meghalaya, we need to show. It might be late, yes, there are 30 of us out here, but we have gathered here to show solidarity with the young students, the young generation. And believe it or not, I can tell you for sure that India has to change. India has to change. The trajectory of democracy is definitely going south, and this is not something which has to be taken lightly. And wherever we look at, we always seem to notice that education is something which is definitely not a priority, be it in our state, be it in this region of Northeast, be it in this country as a whole. So that's why we've come here to protest, and we believe so that the demands of the students at large is very legitimate. To say that the education minister has to resign yes, he has to take the moral standing to say that I have failed, and for which this is something which I think is a legitimate fight as far as the students is concerned, and we from the party also would like and would definitely be with them. Yeah, it's not necessary that we're trying to politicize this. That's why we keep on telling people that come what may, the Congress also will fight its own fight, and we will definitely show the course of action. And in the long run, we believe that this country has come to a realization, and a very difficult realization for most of the people who have blindly supported certain governments and certain parties, which definitely is not, yeah, it's not for the public at large, it's not for the new generation, and we need to do this change. And I think the change is definitely in the anvil, and it will happen very soon. And we just hope that whatever is happening this time, people will remember, and people will really think. Because see, at the end of the day, what happens is that we all have families, we all have children in our house, we all have we uncles of somebody, we aunties of somebody or the other, who is definitely going to reach a stage in which they will have to sit for some competitive exams, they will have to try to get a decent job, they will have to try to follow their career, they will have to dream. And why have this government in at large broken these dreams from time to time and time again? You know, when paper leaks happen, paper leaks do happen, but then in today's world, the paper leaks has become a method in which this government is trying to ensure that, you know, there's a social engineering, that only a certain set of people who they think is important to go and study, the only set of people who benefits and who is with them. And that's not right, because then the meritorious kind of a system in which most of the students at large who are preparing for these exams, they deserve to get a future for themselves and for their families. And this is what is happening in India today, and it's very disheartening. And I think it's disheartening not just for me. While we come here and protest, believe it or not, many people in their houses, many people in the kitchens every day when we discuss this, I think it's becoming a grave concern for the public. Yeah, and we've come to protest for that. Thank you. Even arrested. It's unbecoming. And if you've noticed, especially in the mainstream media, it might not be available, but in the social media platform as of today, you will notice that there's so many actions that the police have done. The way the pressure has been kept on these students, you know, whereby we even saw cases whereby the police themselves have designed the activities in such a way to throw the blame on the students, when the students wanted to only have a fair square protest, a peaceful protest. Why would they create such things? You saw men carrying lathis and so on and so forth. Are they even policemen? We don't even know, because they're all on civil dress. They don't even have their name tags with them. They've just gone and beaten up people. They've just gone beaten up students, and they've just gone beaten up the young generation. That is not done in a democracy. Yeah? Their voice also has to be heard. They also contribute to the wealth of the nation. They also contribute to the future of this nation, and they definitely is the future of this nation. Why this government does not understand that is something which baffles us also. So we believe that yes, come what may, and parliamentarians also has been manhandled, yeah, and that's not right. That's not right. In this democracy that we live in, this is definitely a big failure, and it's a blot in the Indian constitution. It's a blot in the Indian history, and this will be viewed by the outsiders and world over, who will look at India with a very different perspective. The kind of things that are happening in this country is definitely not positive at all. Yeah.
But just one last.
See, we definitely have been demanding for his resignation many times in the past. We know that the Prime Minister never takes any moral responsibility for anything which is important for the country. Be it Manipur, be it the students' plight, be it many other things that, you know, we have seen blatantly as far as the Prime Minister is concerned. Everything is scripted. Nothing is being done out of the fact that, you know, you have a game plan in which you want to really develop this country. So they try to help only certain people who probably belong to them, and who probably can work together with them, and they try to please only a few industrialists who probably will be helping them in their elections so that they win more elections. But at the end of the day, democracy is just not about elections, right? Democracy and the development of the country is just not about elections at all. It is also about having a voice. It's also having an opposition which is strong enough to voice out. Because everybody's voice has to be heard, whether it's a student's voice, whether it's a minority's voice, or whether it's anybody. And in today's world, I think more or less, if you look at India, we are moving in the trajectory in which it's not a democracy anymore. It's more like it's more a dictatorship. It's more like it's more like authoritarian kind of a government that we have, and that is something which I think the entire country should definitely protest, and the entire country should bring about a change whenever they get a chance to do so. Yeah.
Jong benai Julai azab aku arja akun riu ngin ak yang parti Congress niwan hakani ka Governor's House ng Shillong halor jinja jing saban ben ki kena pule apo ka protest march jong ki ka jing leak papers for need exams kumla kren ba manual na Khmat ka komlong ke India menta kalong ka chaka ka ba kena Samla ke jongi kena pule jongi kamdon show kata ka jisosngan ani kata disania ya system education system ko beran popari ke jongi hangni hame galia ni ka jilla ke jongi ni ka Meghalaya Pradesh Congress kadang youth Congress ki Mahila Congress kadang ni kani ke jingwan ke jongi ni kamli tang bolong symbolic movement ke jongi ni ke jing so thang ke jongi ji so pangnur ke jongi abangi i ki videos po social media akaba ki kena ba protest ya kan ni ke people league ni bag syak bom syak lathi charge syak kem ki MPs meneru sanphongut ki balik ki protest march ya kiru la syak manhandle asa syak banben ka government BJP ka penangkam komisioneri kat bakidan bakin suppress dan bakin yurat ya kesurjong pajban aku ka demokrasi idan kalat idan takalenti matusno bajing jongi idan ka hop dengan protest apa kadan kanuno ka jing bam kamdan ka justice apa kamdan transparency apa system tekani ka jingwan ka jongi menta kamil ni wa hiru baki Samla puli berah Pochlong ka society at large kimi kikpak berah kikun puli puti kini benyami renti kini bang banyawat lan masuthu kai ge jige na menta ngirang itang ba bom lati hakabak dia ki jat dia ki just kena kau kham susi di ka broken dreams habak dreams ki kena lalong shattered dreams kena ka jing anu ki kena puli lalong sha betrayed ka jing pelut por jung ki bakin prepare ki exams kalong neno a banle exams RC ni ka jo kamli ka bakai ka anxiety jung ki kimi ka pa anxiety jung ki kena tingi kum ka ta society ka balong civilized ka civil society ni haban ni bang kesan kena jungi amaki kena puli ke jongi Samla ke jongi ki kita kilawe umri tang kilawe ki menta ke jongi ro te kadi jing pensan yang Congress ba hanu jaka bakadon ka injustice haka imlang salang inmi Khmat indan kan lu bat kani ka imlang salang ke jongi